guys. So great to see you. We kind of miss you. We haven't seen you in a couple of weeks. It is Elegance Bratton and Chester Algernal Gordon. We're so thrilled to see you.
Lovely to see you too.
Thanks for having us. Good to see you.
Well, we are super happy that we will be having you back with your new documentary, Move Your Body, The Birth of House, that we discovered with you guys at Sundance. So tell us a little bit about your movie.
Sure. Move Your Body, The Birth of House is all about what it sounds like, the birth of house music. Movie features several house music pioneers from Chicago, but at its center is Vince Lawrence, the man who recorded the first house song, In the Shadow of Disco Demolition.
Tell us a bit about this moment. Julia was talking about the premiere screening in Sundance. We think the room was so full of emotion. It was just incredible. How did you feel through or live through that first experience of showing it to the audience for the first time?
It was incredible.
Yeah, it was
It was
incredible to
incredible.
hear their reactions. They were really watching the movie and they really reacted to things that we didn't even know they react to. I think when you make films, you don't always know if things are going to land,
Yes.
or even what are those things that's in the movie that you don't know as a joke or funny. And I think we had a pleasant surprise in how people reacted to things in the movie, actually.
Yeah, it was really cool. My favorite part was just having all the people who were in the film finally get some roses and some respect. Like Sundance is, particularly the section we played, it's known to have a lot of music stars. Like, for instance, there was a movie about Sly Stone in the same section as us. So to see these pioneers who've mostly been ignored be elevated to this level through the Sundance spotlight has just been like really, really moving and incredible.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit more about the journey of the film, because you've been pretty much already traveling the world a little bit with it. You've been to Thessaloniki. You're
Yes.
currently, like, we're meeting you digitally at Sheffield Dock. So tell us a little bit about the audiences in the different countries and the different festivals that you've been traveling.
Yeah. We've gone to Thessaloniki, Poland, Canada,
The U.S.,
to the UK,
New York.
but everywhere has been so different, and it's actually shocking to see how many people really enjoy house music around the world and how big it is as a genre.
Yeah.
And just like how many people enjoy dancing, and with people that are different than them. I mean, you can tell the story about Vince at Thessaloniki.
Yeah, Thessaloniki was great because Vince. I mean, I guess like the audiences are different though all over the world because in Sundance it was very passionate. People laugh, people cry, people cheered. In England, people are like,
Haha.
I love that film. It reminds me of when I was 14. It brings me so much joy.
Yeah. In Chicago, people were like literally booing in the audience, like like booing people on the screen that they were annoyed with.
But the coolest thing was in Thessaloniki, one of Vince's fans came with the first pressing of On and On, the first house record, and Vince burst into tears when this man showed up because Vince had been largely forgotten, and now because of the film, people are really coming out of the woodwork to say how much they've supported him since the very beginning, and that's just been really just affecting to see.
So we hope for a reaction between the UK and Sundance. That would be a perfect. No, but there will be a lot of dancing. And for us, it's a very special moment because what we're creating together is this incredible night at the Kammerspiele Theater.
Yeah, so we will be screening the film at a theater, and you will be standing on a big stage on like in the theater. So we thought that this special setting kind of like is very fitting to what the film is trying. Because tell us a little more, because it's not like a regular documentary. It's also a very interesting sort of like it has a very interesting flow, and you're also directing lots of features. So it has it has a lot of theatricality to it, or theatricality to it.
Yes, absolutely. From the very beginning, like in my documentary practice, I really want to make things that honor the lived experience of the people in my films, and this one is no different. We don't have like experts outside of those who lived it. And even furthermore, it's a hybrid film. This film uses archival. We also have recreations. Actually, I did, about 3 months of exhaustive interviews with the pioneers of house, and then out of that, found these moments that I felt were right for recreation. Ultimately, because the house starts in like the South Side of Chicago, in the ghetto, and a lot of these kids don't have a ton of money. So the kid who could buy a synthesizer and have a turntable may not be the kid who could afford a camcorder to record everything. And whenever you see stories about, the American, poor or what have you, it's always shown that like, they're violent and they can't get along and like, but we found something very different. These kids were entrepreneurs. These kids collaborated with each other and created a scene. And I just really wanted to bring that to life because you just never get to see that in movies. So yeah, and like and on top of that, this is a party. This film is a dance party. It's like I think we've lived through an era where people try to parse out the political from the personal, and I don't believe in that. I think everything is political, whether it's partying at a club, until the sun comes up, and most people say when the sun comes up, the party's over. You let what you've learned go. But in reality, I'm saying that the confidence that we have in being different and spending time with each other at the club, we should take that into the daylight. So this movie is just about, enjoying life and having a good time, but understanding that, partying is political. There's a purpose to this. We're creating spaces that are inclusive for everyone. And in house music, there's freedom, there's love, and there's space.
And this is also why we have perfect timing and a little treat for Munich audiences and for you guys as well, because you will be joining us on Christopher Street Day in Munich the day before the premiere on Saturday. So that's going to be fun. And I
Yeah.
think, like, in the moment we're all living in the times we're all living in, it's so important to celebrate together. And it's so important to do
Yes.
exactly what you're saying, to show the political in the private, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, right now, like, it's funny because people think that, the civil rights movement and the social justice movements of the 60s, that we won, that the left won those. And in reality, there is no such thing as winning. Winning is not a closed door in a democratic society. Freedom requires constant vigilance and constant action.
Yeah.
And I'm inspired by the house community's insistence upon a world that is welcoming to everyone. And I'm excited to welcome Munich to see this film. It's going to be a good time. And I'm going to be on a pride float, so there's a chance to wear something scandalous, and I'm excited about that.
Oh, I'm already excited about that. Now we have to wear something scandalous as
Okay,
well.
let's think
Can you?
about scandalous outfits. Let's
Well, I
do
think
that.
we need the two of them to think about scandalous outfits for us.
Oh my God.
You don't want to be in my head, Julia. Don't put that power to my hands. You might regret it.
Maybe I
Woo! This interview has to end. This interview has to end.
do. Well,
Well, thank you so much. It is an incredible film. Yes, it is political, but it's so entertaining, so energetic at the same time. So everything that is so important to you to really celebrate life is within Move Your Body, The Birth of House, and we cannot be more happy to have you very soon here in Munich. Huh?
Exciting stuff. I
And we're
can't wait.
excited to get there.
Yes, yes. And to be on a float. I can't
To be
wait.
on the floor and to go down the river.
Yeah, yeah.
We
It's going to
we
be
will do
awesome.
that.
of course.